Welcome to this video showing you how to create an email address. An email address is a unique identifier for an email account. It can be used to send or receive messages over the internet. It is similar to using physical mail, such as post, but the main benefit is speed. Sending a message electronically via email is substantially faster than using old-fashioned methods such as post. In terms of what email messages are used for, they can be used to contact friends or family or request information. Now, if you're going to undertake one of the many applications on the M4 Connected website, such as housing benefits or council tax support, you will need to create an email address, because without doing this, you will not be able to complete those applications successfully. In terms of what email account to create, well, there are several options. You may have heard of some of them. You could create a Microsoft Outlook email address, or you could create a Yahoo email address or a Gmail one. For this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Gmail email address. So to begin with, you need to open up your web browser. The one I'm using here is Microsoft Edge, which I open by clicking the icon below. But you can use several others, such as Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, or Opera. Whichever one you use, you will still be able to create an email address. So, to begin with, we need to do a search for the Gmail website. So to do this, we need to click on the search bar at the top and type in Gmail. Once we've done this, we push enter. And here we've gone to the search results page. As you can see here, we've got several links. These ones here in this block are sections within the Gmail website. So you could log in, you could access support, but what we want to do is sign up for a new email address. So we need to hover over the sign up link and then left click. And here we go. We've now gone into the beginning of the form that we will need to fill in to create our email address. What I would say before I begin this is, if at any point you feel like you need to stop and reflect on what I've said, you can click the pause button at the bottom left of the box that you're viewing. Okay, so to begin with, we need to indicate our name. So we just left click into the box here, and then we'll type our name. We'll use an example. So I'll say Derek, and then left click in the last name box and then put a surname. We'll say Hill. Now in the next box, we need to allocate the username for our Gmail email address. And as you can see, by left clicking into this box, Google has given me an example username here. Now, what I would say is you need to make this username something that's easy to remember. And one of the most popular methods for doing this is to use a combination of your name and the date of birth. So what I will do in this case, I will delete this example given by Google, and we'll say, for example, D Hill, and then date of birth 1972. And as you can see, it contains a combination of letters and numbers. So we know that this is acceptable. It's valid. And after that, we need to assign a password for our account. Now this password, whenever we log in, we will need to give this password. So a bit like the username, it needs to be something that's easy to remember. But there is an exception with this one. So as you can see here, it says your password needs to contain 8 or more characters with a mixture of letters, numbers, and symbols. So what in this case, we could, for example, use a pet's name followed by a year and then maybe an asterisk sign. But to see what we're typing here, we have to left click on this eye icon on the right. So left click until the cross disappears, and now as we type, we'll be able to see what we're doing. So it makes the process a lot easier you don't have to remember whether you've typed something correctly. So as an example, as a password, we'll say Rufus, and we'll say 2010, and then we'll say asterisk. And then we have to repeat that. We left click here into the confirm box. And then again, we'll type Rufus 2010 asterisk. And once we've done that, we then need to click on the blue box here, next. We left click on that. Okay, and as you see, as I've done that, this red box has appeared around the username field. Now this is indicating to us that this username has already been taken. Now this is a very common issue, as you can imagine, there's several people with similar names and also using their date of birth. So we need to try and make this a bit more unique so that it will be accepted when I click next again. So an easy way to do this is to try to add some more characters in. So we could say the middle initial I, and also maybe capitalize some letters. So we'll capitalize the H in this example. And then we'll try again to see whether that is unique. So we'll left click on next. And as you can see, once again, it's saying that this one has already been taken. So to save us time in this example, Google below is giving us an available one, dhill8313. So for the interest of time, we'll accept this one. So we'll left click on it. And as you can see, it's now said dhill8313@gmail.com. So we now need to click next to go on to the next stage. And that has been accepted. We see here at the top, it says dhill8313@gmail.com. That is our email address. Okay, so it's now asking you for a phone number, but this is optional. You can give it if you want to, but in this video, I'm going to skip this. And I'm also going to skip here this recovery email address. I'm just going to go on to the next stage, but again, you can put that in if you so desire. So now, date of birth. So you see this grey arrow here. If you left click on this for the month of your date of birth, it will bring up a drop down box. And then you choose the month that corresponds to you. So we'll say June. We'll left click on June. And then the next one, the day, we'll just say 20. And then year, we'll left click in the year box and we'll say 1983. And now in the gender box, again, you see this grey arrow here. You left click and then it gives us the choices. In this case, we'll say male, as we said our name was Derek Hill. Left click. And that's all done. So now we click next to proceed on to the next stage. Okay, and here we see now we're on the privacy and terms page. So you need to carefully read through all these terms and conditions that Google is providing you, such as how they process your data. And so just go through this, just slowly read through this. And then once you get to the bottom, you need to accept these two agreements that you agree to Google's terms of service and you agree to the processing of your information as explained in the privacy policy. So we need to left click into each of these boxes and a tick will appear and that will enable us to proceed to actually creating our email account. So we'll now left click on create account. And then this confirm box comes up. We just need to again read what it's saying here. And then left click on confirm. Okay, so now, as you can see by this circle in the top left hand corner, it's actually just loading our email account. So we should be able to go in any second now. And it's starting to load. And here we are. So we've now successfully created our email address. And this is the hub that you will use to compose messages, as this button here in the top left hand corner allows you to do, to actually see what emails you've received by the inbox button here, and also to see what you've sent to people. So this will be the primary hub by which you will manage your emails. So as you can see, it's a 3-step process. It's pretty straightforward, and once you've finished it, then you're ready to go. So thank you for watching this video.